here's how the video looks without all these corrections, and here's how it looks with it. That's pretty intense, I would say, right? So today I want to talk about how to actually make those videos look cool. I'm talking about the videos that you're used from me up until now, you know, me talking to the camera straight in there about some topic. Anyway, in this video, my friends, I'm gonna try to teach you the very basics on how you can actually make your videos look as cool as my videos, you know, pretty easily without lots of effort. So let's get into it. By the way, this video is sponsored by Skillshare, which is actually something really great. And if you click the link down in the description, you can actually get 2 months for free on the whole, you know, premium Skillshare, you know, membership. But more on that a little bit later. There's something seriously wrong with my room in there. I don't know what's wrong, but I feel like I need to cough all the time. Like I feel sick when I wake up. I have no idea what's going on. So if there's any doctors of you out there, do you think there might be some, I don't know, allergic reasons for that? Because like I don't feel well, and I haven't been feeling well since I came here, to be completely honest, thinking about it right now. Today's video is all about how to make your YouTube videos actually look cool, and we're actually doing that to celebrate the fact, ooh, it's that, you know, I kind of have 9,000 subscribers right now, and I kind of should have waited until 10,000, but I actually wanted to do it at 7,000, and then I wanted to do it at 8,000, and I always forgot. So, you know, let's just make it the 9,000 sub special, right, my friend? We're trying to find a spot to eat here in the city, and it's 10:30 and there no spot has anything to eat. We're gonna find something, hopefully, because I'm hungry.
They don't do breakfast, I don't know why.
Yeah, he says it.
Hey Dominic.
Yeah.
How much watch?
It's actually 11:45.
What? Such much watch?
He's a killer in English. I can't believe we're almost 10,000 people, right?
Yeah, awesome,
like,
man.
If there was a method that I could, you know, thank each and every one of you, almost 10,000 people. I wish there was. If there actually is, just tell me. Just tell me, you know? I might sit the whole night, you know, typing out thank you to each and every one of you. So now let's get into how we're actually recording these things. Alright, so in my opinion, there's 3 elements of, you know, creating a great video, be it on YouTube or wherever, to be honest. First of all, there's the content. Of course, you know, you might know that already if you kind of know me. You know, the content is always really important. Then there's the audio, and then comes the video. And I said it like that because I mean it. The most important thing is the content. The second most important thing is the audio in video, which is kind of weird in and itself. And the third most thing is only the, you know, video quality itself. And even though we're gonna talk about video mainly here in this video, how to actually get that quality, that, you know, specific kind of look here, you know, audio is still the most important part in this whole, you know, video thing, right? And if people tell you, all right, in order to get started on YouTube, you have to buy this new camera, you have to buy this lens, you have to have this and that. Well, actually, most of you guys have something called a phone, right? And this is pretty much enough, right? You don't even have to have like an iPhone XS, whatever that means. Basically, any newer phone in the last couple of years is totally enough for YouTube. It's totally enough if you got the audio right. For example, in the audio part, in this video and in all of my videos, actually, I use the Rode Video Micro, which is actually just a small thing. It's just, you know, neat, and you can just take it along. It's not the best, of course, but, you know, I would say it's enough. There's other things like, you know, other YouTubers use the Video Mic Pro or something like that. Might invest in that also, but for now, I think it's pretty okay. Right, so you got that. Then it's actually time to think about your idea, especially when you try to start out with, you know, coming out with a YouTube channel idea or something like that. You know, just like on Instagram, always try to actually kind of have some sort of niche, you know what I mean. You know, for example, for me, it's, you know, social media marketing, you know, personal branding, and all these, you know, creative business kinds of things, you know. So kind of make that clear what you try to go into, and then come up with a specific video idea, or like actually lots of specific video ideas around that topic. By the way, if you still have problems with actually coming up with an idea, if you kind of want to start a YouTube channel or whatever, but you still can't think of a niche, no worries, my friends. I'm gonna make a video, but just that, but this is gonna be a different one. So let's say you have your idea ready and all of that, Now it's actually time to at least start to draft down what you want to talk about. You know, usually I take this cool little notebook and I just write down, you know, bullet points, what kinds of points you want covered in the video. Some people actually prefer to actually write down each and every single word that they're gonna write. And you know, sometimes, especially in the beginning, when I started doing YouTube, I did that as well. Just because I wasn't comfortable talking to the camera and uncomfortable, you know, I couldn't think of ways to speak and things to talk about. You know, these things are, by the way, just a very quick and, you know, short overview on, you know, how to actually get started. You know, there's lots of way more stuff to talk about that. If you want me to talk about that, you know, I'll be happy to make a video about that. But this video is mainly focused on the, you know, video quality, because you know, lots of people have asked me about that. And of course, please, my friends, also on YouTube, just like on Instagram, just like on MySpace back in the days, which by the way was the best thing ever, the content was the most important part, right? But we're not gonna talk about that right now. Let's get into the camera setup, because that's what you're all waiting for probably, right? So usually my videos, especially at home in Vienna, you know, back in there, I have this whole setup with my chair, with the light, which is actually the same light. Oh, this light actually interesting. It's actually the same light that I have at home. You know, these whole things that kind of play all a big role into the whole, you know, what's my look thing, right? This is one big step to composite it out, you know, try to center yourself in the frame, or just a little bit to the left or a little bit to the right or whatever. Try to make some lights in the background. There's some light theory as well, you know, filler lights, whatever. You don't have to get into that deeply, especially when you just want to start out. You know, generally in my videos, I kind of go for a little bit more darker tone and stuff like that, but it's, you know, just personal preference. But you know, generally I would just say, just go with the flow, just like me right now. Right now, I don't know if you noticed, I kind of packed my stuff, at least some of my stuff, went over to Budapest here to this totally new place. Of course, I didn't have time, I didn't have the resources to pack all of my gear here, you know, all these lighting equipments and stuff like that. And the first part, how you can actually start making the image quality appealing is, well, you guessed it, the lighting. Just, you know, just like that, see how it looks like if I turn off the light. This is how it would look like. Kind of cool actually, but not that cool, right? This is how it's with the light. So it's a lot more appealing already to the eye. You know, of course, if you don't have like lighting equipment with you, or just go with the flow. For example, go to the windows. And let me show you something. When I first came here, the first thing, especially in my room up there, I noticed the windows, right? So let me just show you what you can actually do when you're at your home or somewhere else and you have to record a video and you don't want it to look like complete garbage. There's always a solution, and usually the solution is lighting, right? Natural lighting. For example, you cannot see me right now, but back there, and there's not lots of light available anymore because like it's late, but just look at the difference, right? I'm standing right now just in front of the window, and this totally makes the difference, right? You could totally set up your tripod or whatever here. It's kind of a mess back there. Don't look at that. Don't look at it. And you just stand back here in front of the light and you just start, you're talking about whatever you want to talk about, right? Also, it's very bad to have the lighting come directly from the back. If you don't have some light from the front, you know, you can see it yourself, right? So just one more example for you here. This is it with the lighting coming from outside, and the sun has actually started to set already. And this is it without. It's like day and night, right? It's actually day. If for some reason natural lighting does not work out, for example, because it's like dark outside, how it's like usually with me, because I usually only start working when it's dark outside for some reason. Maybe some people call me back. Anyway, I usually bring a lighting setup, right? And of course, sometimes you just have to, let me just go back into the light. Sometimes you just have to go with the flow. And you know, I brought a LED ring light because they say it's cool. Thing is, I forgot the tripod. So you got to be creative with it, right? So usually I just put the ring light somewhere that you can find it. And trust me, you're gonna find something, at least somewhere around the house or somewhere around. You're gonna find something. Then usually would put the camera right here and just kind of try to see if, you know, it kind of if the lighting's okay. Still better than nothing, right? It's still not that good, right? Because you can see the reflection. Still have to work on that. Oh, I like that light actually. But here's for the lighting. And actually, then it's time to actually start with this whole look, with this whole film look. It's not even a film look. It's like this whole specific kind of look. While most of it is actually because of, you know, the lighting and your whole your setup in the background and stuff like that. lots of it has actually to do with the camera. This is what we're gonna get into right now. All right, so now you got your whole camera set up, the lighting set up, the whole scene is basically beautiful, probably, right? And now it's time to actually set something up called a picture style or picture profile in your camera. And this is one of the most important parts to actually getting some sort of cool image quality, you know, this whole weird look that we're all want to. And basically what you want to have here is a look that's totally flat, that flatlines your pictures. Basically when you look at it without some sort of color correction, it just looks bland, it just looks dull, it just looks boring, you know, the colors don't pop, it's kind of desaturated and stuff like that. But you actually need that in order for the you know color correction software to actually use the whole data and actually do something with it and get the most out of these things and actually do some sort of color correction. It's actually very easy. By the way, this is just natural light right now, just in case you're wondering. So depending on what kind of camera you have, like for example on the Panasonic Lumix, it's called the Cine Style D profile. Actually, you can actually tweak it a little bit to actually make it a lot more flat. You know, on Sony cameras, it's called, you know, S-Log, which is actually a little bit better, I think. Then there's, you know, some other styles. Which, on Canon, for example, you can just download your picture profiles, make them as flat as possible, right? And if your camera, for some reason, doesn't allow to have some sort of dedicated flat picture style, I'm sure you can kind of tweak the settings and make them as dull and as flat as possible. Anyway, to get that specific look, we're gonna use something called a LUT or lookup table. And it's actually some kind of, I don't know, database, whatever, to actually make the software know what kind of value to give some colors. Did you understand that right now? Probably not. I didn't understand it either. But anyway, if you record it with a flat profile, right, this whole thing looks dull like we just said, and you put your lookup table on it, the video is gonna look all of a sudden totally awesome, totally great. And basically this is the only thing that I had to do with my videos. And the thing is, I made my LUT myself because so I knew how my lighting setup basically almost always looks like, so I can always apply that look and that LUT, and I always get that more or less same, you know, kind of feeling in my videos. Of course, there's some other LUTs online where you can download them for free. You can buy some of them. I made my own one. But before we get into that whole thing, how you can actually set the whole thing up, it's not that hard, to be honest. Let me tell you a little bit about Skillshare first. So when Skillshare came over to me and kind of reached out to me and said they want to sponsor this video, of course, at first I was really skeptical, to be completely honest with you, my friends, because, you know, I just get so many, you know, requests, 3 to 5 requests a week from these weird companies that I would never feel comfortable talking about them, you know, especially to you. I would not believe in them, and I would never, you know, take some sponsorship from some company that I just don't believe in, right? But with Skillshare, actually, I kind of take a look at it, and it helped me a lot. And I actually honestly and totally believe that what they have is something really great, especially if you're trying to build an Instagram channel, you know, a creative business, your personal brand, just stuff like that. There's things in there. If you don't know about Skillshare, by the way, they're an online learning, you know, community actually, with thousands of classes in there. There's thousands of experts teaching you all these different things, be it, you know, how to create a business, how to create a YouTube channel, all of that. Basically ranging everything that you need to know in this whole digital world and beyond, actually. And if you sign up for the premium membership, you get, you know, basically all these high quality classes just for one fee of not even $10 per month if you sign up for the annual plan, right? So basically, and to be completely honest with you, that's a no-brainer. Just because the amount of value that's in there for just 10 bucks a month, that's, you know. And just because I think it's actually great, I've partnered up with them to actually give you the first 2 months of the premium membership totally for free if you're one of the first 500 people to sign up. So, you know, click the link down in my description, sign up for that. You won't be disappointed, I guarantee you that. And now comes the final part, which is actually the editing. It's actually not that hard. Usually I use Adobe Premiere, and I've actually used it for the past probably 15 years, probably since I was 10 or even 9, I don't even know. And you know, I'm used to this whole software, but for some reason I just wanted to try out Final Cut Pro, which all those people keep telling me, use Final Cut Pro, it's a lot more optimized for your MacBook Pro. I just got a new MacBook Pro, by the way, and stuff like that. So I just decided to just download it and just try to see if I could make it there. And of course, and to be completely honest, it's overwhelming. I don't know that much about Final Cut yet. My latest video was cut there. Well, but here's the great thing, my friends. Actually, I just went to Skillshare and saw a tutorial for Final Cut Pro, and now I'm pretty much all set, and I'm pretty sure that, you know, I'll be on top of my game pretty soonish, right? So again, Skillshare, it's awesome. I use it myself. So in Premiere, I'd create, for example, this adjustment layer, and then go to Lumetri color on the right side, and pretty much just apply the look, you know, which I have made myself, you know, the heyDominik look, and that's basically it. And you can kind of play around with these things. You know, sometimes I have a vignette on my videos, you know, sometimes not. You know, just maybe sometimes I turn the blacks a little bit up, sometimes not. But that's basically it. You know, here's how the video looks without all these corrections. And here's how it looks with it. That's pretty intense, I would say, right? Alright, people, that was basically it, how I get this look. I hope all of you people that asked me that, you know, are going to find this video. Again, thanks to each and all of you that, you know, have subscribed to me, because that's, you know, the 9,000 subs special, actually. And again, of course, thanks to Skillshare for sponsoring this whole video. Click the link down below. If you're one of the first 500, you'll actually get the whole Skillshare premium thing for free for actually 2 months. That's actually a long time. Anyway, I talk to you in a couple of days. Some other stuff coming up. My name is Dominik, by the way. Hit that subscribe button if you want to have more of these kinds of videos. I'm actually kind of sick. Again, you know, if you're a doctor, please tell me if that's some well, anyway. Thanks for watching. I'll talk to you in a couple of days. Bye-bye.